Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Gregory Martin, aka the Super Producer. Here we review movies, TV series, discuss filmmaking tips, and entertainment news. If that's something that you find interesting, please don't forget to smash that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to ring that bell. It keeps you notified whenever I post a new video, and it also helps the channel grow. And with that being said, let's just jump right into today's review. And today we're reviewing the Netflix series Sneakerheads, which to me is a series that I would never have guessed would have been produced maybe 10, 12 years ago. Just because it just wasn't really something that was accepted in, a much broader society. But nowadays, sneaker culture is all the rave, so it definitely makes sense that it's here now. For me, when I first was introduced to the term, for me it meant people who were really obsessed with shoes and kind of like this cult feeling. But today, I wouldn't call myself a sneakerhead, but I definitely appreciate sneakers much more than I did maybe 10, 12 years ago, and I kind of get what the craze is about. And I think the people behind this series really decided to produce this series to give us laymen a look behind the curtain and really seeing what this is all about. Now for myself, I don't know if I really consider myself a sneakerhead. I do enjoy shoes, but I will say over the past few years, I have been slightly fascinated about the sneakerhead culture. Like now I have all of the sneaker apps. I also consume a lot of sneaker culture related content, sneaker shopping, Full Size Run. Every Thursday an episode of Full Size Run comes on. I just have to watch it. I've just been very obsessed with sneaker culture, and so when I looked in my email and saw this show Sneakerheads, I was very intrigued. I had no idea it was something that was even coming out, and I was like, you know what, I have to watch this. I have to find out if they're going to give, the sneakerhead culture their just due. And I will say this was a really great series for sneakerheads, and also for people who want to understand what the whole sneakerhead thing is about. This series is not going to win any Emmys, but it was very contemporary. It was funny. It was informational in a way. It was just a really well done series, and I'm really glad that this thing exists. It really captured the essence of what a sneakerhead is, and also that feeling you get when you get a new pair of shoes or that thing that means something to you. I think that is something that the series really nailed down. Is that point, that kind of the why behind it all, and they sum it up in a way that is very, I think everyone can relate to. They call it in the series the nod, and I think if anyone who's heard that term, they know what that means when someone sees you, with an outfit or something like that, and that person, they give you that nod, and it's like a non-verbal communication at its finest, and just that feeling you get when you get that nod is just everything. Like maybe a couple years ago, I bought these designer shoes, these Comme des Garçons Nike collab, whatever. And I have my fit on, and I'm walking down the streets of New York. Some guy, he sees me, and he checks out the kicks. He gives me that look, and then when he walks by, he's like, "Hey bro, nice shoes." And it's like, you're like, I appreciate it, and you just keep it moving. I mean, that feels good, And this series is right. That is a feeling that everybody enjoys getting. It doesn't matter where you're from, whether you're a sneakerhead or you're into purses or whatever. Everyone loves that feeling. And the other thing that the series does a really good job is of identifying the levels to this game. Like I said, I'm not a sneakerhead, but I have more of appreciation for sneakerheads after kind of the last few years of consuming sneakerhead content. This series does a really good job of identifying the individuals that make up this culture. Like you have a family man who used to be a major sneakerhead and kind of has given that life up. You have his best friend who's still very much a sneakerhead. You have the newbie sneakerhead who maybe has a lot of disposable income. Of course he gets gotten for with some fakes every now and then. You have like that person who is a master reseller who has all of the connections, who can get pretty much any shoe that they want. Like, this series is so layered with that, and after seeing all those different characters, I knew that the creators of the series really put their time and effort into this, and were also some people who actually had probably some experience or are sneakerheads themselves. But this series has like stuff for everybody, for the novice to the person who is 5 to 10 year veteran in the sneaker culture. I think the series was done very well. They had music director legend Dave Meyers direct every episode. He's directed music videos for Kendrick Lamar, Travis Scott. So he really was the right director to really capture the aesthetic of this series. It also had Black Jesus alums Alan Maldonado and Andrew Batchelor, who many of you may know from Vine and Instagram as King Batch. Those were the two leads in this series, and they did a really great job. You can really tell they already had a rapport from working on Black Jesus, and so the way that they interacted in this series just made sense and was very smooth, and it flowed really easily for them, and that really came off on camera. The only real critique I have about this series, and I'm pretty sure the creators have probably worked this out what they're going to do, but after watching this series, I couldn't really picture where a season 2 would go. The entire season 1, the pilot season for this series, was really focused on getting to know the central characters, and then also for them to find this rarefied shoe. Just my thinking is, would season 2 or even more subsequent seasons be just them searching to find elusive shoes? I just think that might be a little bit repetitive, and I think at some point that would kind of get somewhat stale to kind of keep doing the same storyline more or less every season. But other than that, I did really enjoy this series, this culture, this forum that they live in. It's very niche, and is a very select amount of people who can even relate to it. I'm just really getting into this whole the sneakerhead culture. I'm really glad to have discovered it and learned more about it, and I think series like this and subsequent films that relate to sneakers are going to really help push this culture forward. Well, those are my thoughts on the series Sneakerheads. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. If you did, as always, please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next one.